End of the week, Sunday morning. Going to take on my long run in this video, and I'll update you on how this week's been, how the recovery's going with the Achilles, with the teeth, let you know what I've been up to this week and anything else I can think about along the way. Aiming to do about 15k today. That'll be the longest run I've done since this Achilles problem flared up about 4 weeks ago. Alright, let's get going. It's been 5 weeks since the Achilles first flared up, and I think I'm out the other side now. I run every day this week. I'll get to that in a minute. And it's been feeling really good. No issues at all. Had a couple of visits to the physio, shockwave, needling, and she's helping me out with some exercises, and it seems to have done the trick. Still doing my exercises that I was doing before, but it's feeling really good. But today, 15k, there'll be another test for it, just to see that it is well and truly back on the road to allowing me to get back to a full mileage week. The teeth, 10 days now since I had those 4 wisdom teeth out, and yesterday and today, first days that I've had relatively pain-free, so I think I'm over that as well. Just starting to feel good again, and really looking forward to getting out and having a run every day now. And that's what it's all about, guys. Having fun out on these runs. Because if it wasn't fun, we wouldn't do it. Now this week, I've run every day this week. In fact, I'm on a bit of a run streak. Haven't missed a day now for 9 days since having the teeth out, so that's been really good. And this week has been a big jump in mileage. Now this is not something that I would recommend for everyone to do, and I'll explain why after I've run through what I've been up to this week. So the week started with a nice easy 8-kilometre recovery run on the grass. Met up with Matt for the first time for a while, so that was nice and cruisy. Tuesday, I was able to get to a bit over 10k, again nice and cruisy, just taking it nice and easy. Wednesday looked a little bit like this, so it's Wednesday, just out for a short run, about 6k, but my heart rate is so high, and I reckon there's a few reasons for that. If you remember in the last video, I said my fitness had dropped off. Well, that's one reason. Second reason, haven't been eating as much as I would normally because of these teeth, the wisdom teeth that I had out. So my energy levels are probably a little bit low. It's getting warmer, and that elevates the heart rate, pumping the blood through the body, trying to keep us cool. And probably the main factor, I'm running too fast. And I forgot to mention one pretty important one. Filming, talking while I'm running pushes the heart rate up, and it's windy, and that also seems to affect the heart rate. So just back right off now. And Thursday and Friday just dropped the mileage again down to, I think it was 8k on, yeah, it was 8k on Thursday, 6k on Friday, taking it nice and gentle. That's what this week's been all about. Nice, easy running. Just keeping things nice and relaxed. So yesterday, park run. We went to Mansfield Park Run. You've seen it here on the channel before. Didn't take the GoPro with me. And the plan yesterday at park run was to just run comfortably. Don't worry about the metrics. Don't worry about the heart rate, the time, the pace or anything like that. Just run by feel. And went really well. I started nice and conservatively and then turned it into, I guess, a little bit of a progressive run, and I was able to do the last kilometre at just a tick over 4-minute pace, so that was really pleasing. A couple of hills in that course, so looking after the Achilles, backing right off on the hills. And now today, out here on a long run, mixing it up with a bit on the roads, footpaths, a little bit of dirt track here. I'll run over some grass in a minute. Hoping to get to 15k. I'll end up down the Esplanade somewhere. And that'll give me a good week. Now, I mentioned the higher mileage that I've been doing this week and how it's been a bit of a jump up on the last few weeks. The last 3 weeks had been between 30 and 46 kilometres. This week's going to be 65 kilometres after I do this 15k today. So that's a big jump up, and it's not something that I would recommend normally, because 25k or 20k jump, that's a 50% increase. That's a big jump. Now, the only reason that I'm able to do that is that my aerobic base is pretty strong, even though I had that 1 week off with the Achilles problem 5 weeks ago. But I've also kept the mileage on each run really low. I've had 2 runs this week that have only been over 10k. The rest have all been below. I'm running very comfortably, very easy, and not putting too much stress on the body, so I'm able to manage and cope with that big jump in mileage. Now, if you're a runner just starting out on your journey, do not recommend such a huge percentage jump in mileage. Little steps at a time. The 10% rule does apply. Make sure you don't increase your weekly mileage by more than 10%.
Just quickly, a point of clarification on those weekly mileage figures. Last week, only 34 kilometres because I took 2 days off to have the teeth out, and I also took a rest day earlier in the week. And this week, 65 kilometres, so there's a difference there of 31 kilometres week on week, or a huge 91%. But when you really zero down into those week on week figures, that's the reason for the huge increase, because of those days off last week. I just really wanted to clear that up, because out on that run on Sunday, those figures that I did rattle off may have been just a little bit confusing.
So it's not that I want to get back to running big mileage quickly. I just need to rebuild some of that fitness that I've lost over the past month, and just keeping the runs nice and short, nice and easy. And what I'll probably do from here on in is just increase maybe the Sunday run, the long run, and the midweek long run for the next couple of weeks, and that'll be my increase for the mileage per week. And I'll keep all the other runs just nice and short, making sure that the Achilles is getting back to that 100% and I don't have a relapse. So always safety first when you're coming back from a bit of an injury or a bit of a niggle. Don't overdo it. Always keep within your limits. That's what I'm doing with these short runs, a couple of long runs a week, keeping them nice and easy. I know park run yesterday, I did have a little bit of a squirt over the last couple of kilometers, but I just wanted to feel out the Achilles, test out the Achilles, see how it was actually really traveling, and it was really good. There was no issues there at all, and as I said, it was a little bit of a hilly track, so came through well. I'm about 5k into the long run now here on Sunday, and the Achilles feels really good, so I think that I'm on the up and up. So let's get the rest of this run done. And just turn this off. There we go. Whew. Hold on. 16k. When I tick over. Hang on, let me turn this off again. Caught up with Sean down on the Esplanade and ticked off a few clicks with him, so ended up with a fraction over 16k. But the Achilles was spot on, bang on. Really good, felt fantastic. And it was just a good run. Bit of fun filming, bit of fun along the Esplanade, and I think a 66k week. Alright guys, if you've got all the way through to the end of the video, that's it for the week. Just a bit of an update for this video. If you did like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you're not a subscriber to the channel, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate that. Alright, until next time guys, stay safe, happy running, and I'll see you in the next video. Hooroo.